Hey, this is Al McGee with your entertainment ticket at www.yeticket.com. Well, the film I'm going to talk about right now is called The Lost City of Z. Now, this sounds like a futuristic type of movie, things like that, Z, and it's not about zombies. No, this is about a book, a bestseller, written by David Grann in 2009. And this is about a guy in the early 1900s, an English guy in the early 1900s. And Charlie Hunnam is playing an English guy this time around. Wow. Anyway, this is about Percival Fawcett. He was a British Army officer, and, he was fighting in Southeast Asia and places like that. Then they tell him to come home. Listen, we're going to send you to South America to do some map making and things like that. Now he has a wife and his young son, so now he got to leave them. His wife is named Nina, which is played by Sienna Miller. And in 1906, he's supposed to go on a two-year journey. Remember, this is 1906. Everything is slow. They don't even have passenger airplanes at the time. So this is supposed to be 2 years. He's supposed to go there and do some maps and things like that. But he discovered there might have been an older, civilization there in South America. And he also went there with his comrade, Henry Costin, which is played by Robert Pattinson. And you really got to look and see if that's Robert Pattinson because he has a real thick beard. But he did a very good job. That's one thing I like about his acting in this film is that he wasn't trying to be the star, and he wasn't trying to hide that he's Robert Pattinson, but his character made him look like the character, not Robert Pattinson. So that's the part I enjoyed too, that the stars got out of themselves and really got into the characters. Now Fawcett, he had this obsession of finding this lost city, but why? I couldn't understand. Yeah, maybe looking for artifacts and things like that, but what was he going to understand about that? But while he's there looking, he overlooks the cruelty, of the natives from the Europeans. They're there for oil and rubber and things like that. And, they chaining up these natives. And, but he says nothing about that. But you got to remember, this is a time when England and Europeans were going around the world taking resources from a lot of other different countries to enrich their own country. And you got to realize, too, that's how England made the money off the backs of other countries, like Africa, South America, and places like that. You got to realize that. Now, also, there were some racist comments made by some of the members there in England while they were talking to Fawcett. But not only was there racism going through this film, but also classism too. Because there was one statement where a guy was talking about Fawcett, said, well, he didn't come from the right family and things like that. Now, unfortunately for me, because of television and other films, the scenes in the jungles were not spectacular. I mean, they were good, but they just didn't shine at me, But I did feel that I was there a little bit. I felt the moisture and the insects and things like that. But, I've seen better. And like I said, the acting is good and things like that. I think Charlie's performances and his accent was very good too. Now, the director, he shows the history in this film of what went on back there, but he still didn't go far enough. In fact, he didn't even go far enough as the book went also. And then he also left a lot of things out of the book. At first, I couldn't understand Fawcett's obsession of leaving his family for years. I couldn't understand that. But as the film went on, I started thinking about today, how we sit in front of our computers inside the house, air conditioned and things like that. We can order food over the phone, and we're trying to change the world on our computer. But then, as I started thinking about it and watching this man in the film, this is a character, but watching him going to a different country and being away from his family to seek something, then I understood. I understood Fawcett, and I understood the exploration. I understood being in the outdoors, and then I realized these are men of action back then in history. Action, not sitting in front of the computer munching on Doritos, trying to make a change. These guys actually went out there and did it. Man, so that's why I got to give this film 3 palm trees out of 4, or 3 stars out of 4, palms up, whatever you want to give it. I thought it was pretty good. So, The Lost City of Z, 3 out of 4 palm trees. Thank you for watching me, Al McGee. Hey, I really appreciate it.